after those last two abomination of starts from Yusei Kikuchi and Jose Barrios, the Jays needed a good start. But obviously having one of the best offenses in all of baseball coming to town in the Boston Red Sox, and obviously the Tampa Bay Rays coming up, you knew this was not going to be easy. We have faith in Alek Manoah. As of late, we've had faith in Ross Stripling. Kevin Gausman over his last couple outings haven't been the greatest. He was better against the White Sox, but still haven't found his stride again until tonight. Kevin Gausman was absolutely spectacular, and he made a few couple tweaks. We'll talk about that later on. But let's talk about the scoring, and it all started in the bottom half of the first inning. As George Springer gets on with a walk to lead off the ball game, then Bo Bichette rips one down the third baseline, stays fair past Rafael Devers and into the corner. It kind of bounces before it hits the corner. You guys know where it kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, indents out, I guess. Almost into fair territory. And Verdugo really puts no effort into it off the carom. And Springer does not even need to slide. He comes in safely at the plate. Bo Bichette in with an RBI double. And the Blue Jays lead at 1-0 in the bottom half of the first. Now, it's great. You're up 1-0. But again, in my mind, it's Boston offense, really good. You only are up 1 run. There's still no faith yet. Until the bottom half of the third. Meanwhile, Kevin Gausman's gone 3 shutout innings to this point. George Springer comes up and he gets a hanging break ball from Seabold. We talked about in the last video, Jays fans, how, okay, either he was going to shove and go 6 shutout innings, or he was going to get lit up like a Christmas tree. Well, the Christmas tree happened. Because George Springer gets the hanging breaking ball there in the bottom of the third, and he crushed it to center field, and it's gone! Put the Jays up 3-0, and we're feeling good now, right? Then Bo Bichette gets on base, Vladdy comes up, and gets a very similar pitch like George Springer got, and he hits it in a pretty similar spot, and it's deep and gone. 2-run bomb for Vladdy. The Jays continue to pile on here. It's a 4-0 Jays lead in the bottom of the third. Gausman's dealing. The Jays have a lead. This is beautiful to see, but it's far from over, right? Again, 4 runs they can score 4 at will. But however, bottom of the 5th inning, the Jays aren't done, right? Runners in the corners. 1 out for Gurriel. He bounced it, I believe, to third base. But he's running out of the box. He's boogieing out of the batter's box. And he beats the throw back to first. They only get the 1 out at second base. And what that means is that allows the run to come in to score, keeps the inning alive, and you are now up 5-0. And what does that do? It brings up Matt Chapman with Gurriel at first base. What does Matt Chapman then do? Gets a fastball up in the zone, and he crushes it to left field. It's a booming drive. It is a high fly ball, and it carries, and it carries, and it's gone! 2-run bomb for Chapman, man. Isn't it great when you put in the effort? If Gurriel does not run out that double play ball, and he gets doubled up, and the inning is over, and his run does not cross, Chapman never comes to the plate, and you're up 4-0, which is nice, but you like to be up 7-0 as they ended up after that 5th inning. It's effort, and it's beautiful to see. And you're up 7-0 after 5 innings. Meanwhile, Gausman is just flat out dealing, right? And then they get some runs in the top of the 9th inning, right? Trevor Story hits a sacrifice fly to right field to George Springer. Xander Bogaerts comes in to score to make it 7-1. And then Bobby Dalbec, I think it's a comebacker back to Anderson. Sean Anderson, the pitcher who got called up, and Jeremy Beasley got sent back down. And he fires the first, and I guess with a bad throw to Vladdy, he can't make the play. Run comes in to score, unfortunately, and it makes it 7-2. But that's all she wrote. And the Jays locked this one up. 7-2 in the opener. Man, oh man, isn't it nice when you have good pitching? It really is nice to see. Kevin Gausman was absolutely spectacular. We'll get to him in a second. But offensively, Bo Bichette went 2 for 4 in the game with a run scored and an RBI. And Teoscar Hernandez went 2 for 4 in the game. You know, both guys had multi-hit games. But the impact guys in Vladdy and George Springer only went 1 for, but they made their impact on those 1-fers. Both of them home runs. And the Jays overall, 10 hits in the game, 11 strikeouts, which is a little bit of a steep number. However, you scored 7 runs on 10 hits. Who cares how many strikeouts you had in the game, right? When you score 7 and you win the ball game, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. pitching-wise. And I wanted to get to Kevin Gausman. I want to spend some time on Kevin Gausman because, let's be real here. The offense scored 7 runs, but the way this pitching staff has been over the last few weeks now, you never know what you're going to get from the starting staff. You know what you're going to get from Manoah. Other than the Yankees outing, Ross Stripling's been fantastic. But Barrios has been so inconsistent, right? Gausman had that really weird stretch where he was dominant and then couldn't get an out, like Barrios now. And he's really nice in his last start against the White Sox. And he battled quite a bit, but he was able to go like 6 innings, a 2-run ball. And then today, 7 innings, 4 hits, didn't allow a run, struck out 10, and walked 2. And you know what I attribute that to? For one, fastball command. And that is the most crucial thing in pitching. You know, it's the simplest thing. It sounds stupid saying it. But if you can throw quality strikes with your fastball, it changes everything in an at-bat for a hitter. And watching Kevin Gausman, a lot of his strikeouts today were on fastballs at 95, 96, which usually isn't overpowering. But when the hitter is sitting on splitter, and today he was mixing in quite a bit of that slider, which was effective to quite a few guys, it has that in their mind as well. Kevin Gausman, I think, usually threw it about 6% of the time. Today was up to like 13%. And obviously the splitter usage probably came down. The fastball percentage probably came down a bit because he's incorporating that other pitch. And that just threw all the Red Sox hitters off all over the place. And it shows you right there with that very small tweak of adding more of your slider, what a 2-pitch pitcher can do and what a 3-pitch pitcher can do, right? We all know what happens when he threw his fastball and his splitter. Well, he was getting rocked or they were laying off it. But you add the slider and it throws everybody off. And he was absolutely remarkable in mixing it up and throwing it for quality strikes as well. And dialed it back and got JD Martinez, I believe, to strike out twice, both times on fastballs. Got Xander Bogaerts, who doesn't strike out a whole lot, to strike out on a fastball in the internet because they're looking off speed. And he's got 2 of them that were working today. An incredible outing for Kevin Gausman today. A well-deserved W for him. David Phelps went out there, went a clean inning of work. No hits, no walks, no runs. Just a clean job overall for David Phelps. And then in the one inning that Anderson went, he went in an inning, allowed 4 hits and 2 runs. But you were up 7-0. And he's filling a Jeremy Beasley role quite nicely, I guess, if you're going 1 inning, allow a couple runs. But you win at 7-2, and that's the most important thing. Jays get back into the win column, 41-32 now on the season, and they open up this 3-game set against the Red Sox, and more importantly, they open up this, 8-game stretch of Rays and Red Sox on a winning note. You get a good start, your offense beats up on a guy that they probably should have beat up on, you get timely hits, you get a great start. I might have said that already, but I had to reiterate it again. And you win the ball game. Pitching, defense, timely hitting. The Jays got that today, and they won the ball game. Now, the next 2 games are not going to be as such because, well, the finale is going to be very, very, very nice to watch. But Ross Stripling gets the ball for the Blue Jays tomorrow, and as we mentioned, 3 of his last 4 starts have been absolutely outstanding. The last one, the second 2 times ago against the Yankees, wasn't great. He was battling a lot, but again, like with 3 2/3 of 2-run ball, which, isn't terrible. He goes up against Michael Wacha. And I don't understand it. And I mentioned in the last video how guys like Nick Pivetta are putting up crazy numbers. Michael Wacha has like a sub-3 ERA. And I'm like, this dude had a North 5 with Tampa last year. What the hell? Right? So it's a 7:07 first pitch there at Rogers Center, game 2 of the 3-game set. I will be at that game. I'll be at Looney Dog Night at Rogers Center tomorrow night. So if you do see me around the ballpark or at the game, don't be shy. Come say hi to me because I love to say hi to you, high five, whatever the case may be. Because I love meeting a couple. I've met a few of you, and it's a pretty cool experience. So if you see me, don't be shy at all. All right. Stripling, Wacha, game 2 of the 3-game set at Rogers Center, 7:07 first pitch there. And the question for Ross Stripling is fastball command. And I know people are going to say, well, he has this. Look, if you can establish the fastball, 91, 92, hit some corners with it, and then you're going to mix in the slider, the changeup, the crazy hook breaking ball, and if you can throw strikes with all of those, he's going to deal. All right, Jays fans, you know what? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and enjoyed the game this evening, because, oh, it was entertaining, that's for damn sure. Smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button. You guys not already. Comment down below. Thoughts on the video. Thoughts on the game. What'd you like? What'd you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays? The Twitter link is down below, so follow up. Send me a DM to that great stuff. The Instagram link is also down below, so follow up there if you guys have not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, of course, tomorrow night as Jays take on the Red Sox at Rogers Center. Game 2 of the 3-game set there. Ross Stripling, Michael Wacha is the pitching matchup there. 7:07 first pitch at Rogers Center. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And definitely, because it was entertaining, the ball game tonight. We'll talk to you guys then.